Hello there everyone, welcome back, and I'm here to be talking about Aladdin 2019. Now Aladdin 2019 is the latest Disney live-action adaptation of a beloved anime classic. Now this is the second one out of technically 4 in 1 year, because you had Dumbo earlier this year, which I did see if you want to check out that review. And also they have Lion King upcoming. And on their Disney Plus service, I hear that Lady and the Tramp, they have a live action one with Tessa Thompson and Justin Trudeau, I believe, will be on their service in November or December or whatever. So that means that we'll get 4 live action remakes of their beloved anime classics in a year. Anyways, so here we have Aladdin, which is based off one of the classic animated films from their Disney Renaissance in the early 90s and late 80s. And of course, like, if you guys don't know the story, which I don't know how you don't. So basically, it's about this boy who is on the street in, I think it's Agrabah, that was the name, in some Middle Eastern country. And when he gets captured by the villainous Jafar, he's offered, "Bring me the lamp." Basically, he goes into this like cave of wonders. I'd say, I'll just call it that. And when he stumbles upon the lamp, he gets it instead of Jafar, and he basically meets the genie who gives him 3 wishes, and he tries to woo over the princess of the kingdom, who just wants more freedom and to go out more. But so it's basically all that. Now that's pretty much sum it up, because it's Aladdin. Like, who hasn't seen Aladdin? But going in, the marketing was, I was keeping that in mind. The marketing was awful in my opinion. The poster, like you see in the thumbnail, I think I really like. I thought it was a really great poster. But the trailers were just bland. They were boring. The genie, which there's nothing to really say about that because it's been mean to death. But how it works in the movie, I gotta be honest with you, the genie's probably one of the best parts, which isn't really like. A lot of people be like, "What?" Ugh. But honestly, the movie is pretty bad. It's really bad at some parts. Now, just the opening, it's like, I'd say the first act is really poor. A lot of the acting in here is atrocious, in my opinion. Like, the guy who plays Aladdin, props to you, bro. I know I can tell that the actors all are having a fun time, because it's just, they're given such silly material. Like, it's trying to capture stuff that you loved and all from the animated classic, but they just don't understand, like, some of this stuff that they're doing, like how the facial acting and how, especially Aladdin, how he's trying to act and all in the movie, it works better in animation, like, clearly, because here it comes off as silly and awkward and dumb. But I don't want to be too harsh on him, because there's some moments in it I think he's pretty good in, but some moments I think he's really poor. And it wasn't all that good, in my opinion, with some of the performances. Like, Naomi Scott, who plays Jasmine, I thought, she was alright. Like, the scene was awful, though. Oh my goodness. A lot of this, how they have the moments where they break out in the song and stuff, a lot of those are really bad. The only ones that I really enjoyed, thank goodness, was A Whole New World one, the most iconic one from the movie. Thankfully, that was done really well. And I like the one, You Never Had a Friend Like Me. Those 2, I think, were good. The rest of them, not so much. It's over 2 hours, but honestly, there's like 1 or 2 things that they added in from the animated one that didn't have, and those were some poor choices. Like, and some of the stuff I did like in the animated one, which I won't spoil, they didn't have here. So it's like they hit the same beats and all that you were expecting, but they basically took out some of the cooler parts that I've at least liked, and I found that very unfortunate. They added in with filler stuff, like they added in a couple more side characters, some characters like Diago, who I thought he was like his own character and all in the first one. He was really hilarious. He was evil and all that. Here he doesn't really do anything, and I'm like, why? Like. There's some of the choices. Now, speak of that, let's talk about Jafar. Probably the worst in the movie. Not because he's like the bad guy and you don't like him, no, because he's so hilariously bad. I was just baffled. Like, I mean, I was seeing him in the trailers and he's like, bring me the lamp. And I was like, shut up, dude. He doesn't look like Jafar because, I mean, Jafar and the other one, what made him, you know, more of a villain and all is besides his tendencies and all, like, he's still, the one in this movie does, but the main difference is that they made him much more creepy because he's so much older. And one of the plot points, spoilers, is that in the first one, he tries to, like, want to be with Jasmine and all, and it's supposed to be like, oh, it's creepy and all, because he's so much older and she's, you know, pretty young. In this, there's something similar like that happens, but he's around the same age, I'd say, maybe a few years older. So it's like that creepy aspect isn't really there. I mean, it's still kind of like, ugh, but not as much. And just how he looks is so stupid. Like, he looked way more menacing in animated form than he does here. And here he just looks like, honestly, just like how the entire layout of the film is. Like, I mean, the production design and all is really good and all, but it's like the people in the movie aren't really acting like how they, you know, kind of would in this kind of setting. It makes no sense. Like, I mean, I know it's kind of a rambled mess here, but that's what I thought of this film. It was kind of a rambled mess. Now, I may be hating on it too much because, like I said, Will Smith's Genie, it was kind of like, oh, at first, like, but I grew on to him. I enjoyed it, and this little friendship that he had with Aladdin and the monkey carpet, like all four of them, I thought when they were all together and, you know, chilling and stuff, I thought those were good scenes. It was starting to grow on me. The movie got much better as you progress. It's just a lot of the flaws in that first act really soured me throughout. But I mean, it just like it didn't really do anything for me, honestly. This movie wasn't all that good. I will say this though, that carpet was the MVP. I liked the carpet a lot in this movie. That's funny because, you know, in the movie with Aladdin and Genie and blah, 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 my favorite was the carpet. So, with all that said, those were my thoughts on Aladdin 2019. So, what did you all think of Aladdin 2019? I would love to know your thoughts down below. Yeah, I didn't love this one that much. It's probably worse than Dumbo or right around Dumbo. You know, honestly, the only really great live action remake that I've seen was that Jungle Book one. The rest were either meh, okay, or just trash. That's very unfortunate because they could be better. But honestly, they should probably just stop remaking all these animated classics. Like this Lion King one coming out, I'm calling it now. Literally, it's going to do nothing different from that one trailer. Literally, it will do nothing different. It'll remake some of the stuff you like. Maybe add one or two more plot points in that are unnecessary and bog the movie down. And it just looks... I mean, I know it looks realistic and all, but oh my goodness, it just, there's no life in it. And that's kind of like how I felt about this film. Like, at least it had some human performances in there. Like, I mean, I know these actors are all trying, they're having fun on set and all, I get it. They're having a good time, but I just didn't really dig it as much as I would have liked to. But it's still okay. Would I recommend seeing it in theaters? Honestly, I would rather stream it like on Disney Plus or something. Well, with all that said, like I said, those are my thoughts on the film. If you want to hit the subscribe button, that would be pretty great. And hit the bell as well so you get notification when I upload. If you want to comment down below, that would be pretty cool. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Sawyer Sable or @SableSawyer. Again, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next review. Bye.